Greetings and salutations. Don't talk about me if y'all saw me in 3 episodes in this shirt. Mind your business. That's what you're going to do. Mind your business. It's all. So today I have with me a phenomenal person. He's going to teach you how to he's going to have that ugly conversation that most people don't want to have. Today we talking about money. That's money right. On. So first tell us who you are.
Absolutely. So my name is Marray Harris, and should I be looking at you or the camera?
You can look at me. I mean, I ain't Beyonce, but
So Marray Harris, and I am a financial advisor. I've been doing financial advising for the past 6 years. I've been in corporate America for about 21 years, doing some of everything. I have a background in both engineering and business. But the last 6 years, like I said, I've been more focused on just personal finances. My wife and I took the journey about 6 years ago because we had some significant student loan debt that we wanted to pay off. And so we got serious about our own finances. And I wound up getting my licenses in financial services. And from there, I just realized that, man, there's so many people that could use some support in these areas. And so, yeah, I've been on a journey. I've been loving having conversations with people, being able to both impact their lives as well as my own. So it's been fun.
Okay. So cliff note for my people out there. This is not your $99 I can repair your credit person. He is serious. He know what he's doing. He is certified in this. And if you have ever been to any of their financial planning or financial classes, you will know that they walk it like they talk it. So you said this initially was not what your ministry was or what you were called to do, correct?
Well, I think God has always put some of this in the back of my head from a small child. Now, I will say this: when I was a little kid, you know, my grandma used to give me money to put in church. she might give me $1, and I was gonna hold back like 75 cents. And I was gonna keep
your portion,
my portion, and your God the 25. Even though my grandmother wanted me to get a whole thing, I think I grew up in my mom and my dad both were poor. They separated when I was a little kid.
Okay.
And so I grew up in struggle. You know, they separated. I was living with my mom till I was 9, then moved down here with my dad, and we still struggled. So I think I've always had a mindset about, you know, I was not going to be them from a little kid.
You didn't want to struggle no more.
I didn't want to struggle. And so even as I went into my career, I had that mindset. But the mindset was more trying to avoid a lack instead of really just
an abundance.
An abundance, exactly. So I would say a big part of my life was just me just trying to take it all in and just hold on to everything I could as tight as I could. And over time, I realized that, you know, no, I am a steward. God has blessed me with all the things he's blessed me with, and I can distribute it, but I still have to be a good steward of it. Mm-hmm. But I don't have to hold on to it so tightly.
Okay. So when it comes to speaking finances, especially with our people, is that a ugly subject that most people, or is that the elephant in the room that most people don't want to discuss?
It is. Here's the thing, though. I think a lot of times with people who are in the financial services space, a lot of times people think, okay, I'm gonna get judged. People don't mind talking about it when you disarm them. And in other words, like, I purposely talk about me and my wife's situation with her student loans because I want people to know up front, we not perfect.
Yeah.
We've made some outside of the student loans, and those weren't dumb decisions. It's just the fact that it grew out of control.
Yeah.
But there's some dumb decisions that I've made personally, and I don't mind talking about it because I want people to understand, man, all of us are on a journey. None of us came out with well, very few of us came out knowing exactly what to do, always execute. And it's just like any other aspect of life. You know, you have to go through. Sometimes you have to get beat upside the head a couple times
yes.
to finally get to a place where you can say, okay, I'm ready to receive help. And so I try to be that person who, without judgment, say, okay, you ready to receive help? Let's go get it. You know, I'm not gonna beat you up. We're just gonna talk about it, and let's talk about some ways that we can pivot.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
So if you had to pick one thing that a lot of people make as a bad financial decision, what's the number one thing?
Oh, this is not. People are not gonna like what I have to say on this, but if I'm honest, cars. Cars is probably the biggest issue that I see with most of us, especially if you have poor credit. If you have poor credit, and here's the thing, I get it. You know, wanting to have a car that drives well, that's gonna actually not leave you stranded on the road. I get it. Everybody wants that, but what happens most of the time? What I see a lot of times is that, let's say you had an old car, beat up car that you had.
I do. It's not a say. I do.
And now you actually honestly need a new car, or something more reliable.
Yes.
Oftentimes people will use that reality as an opportunity to not just go get something reliable, but like something that is, bottom line, is probably not affordable. So
that's when they go get the Hellcats.
They'll go get an upgrade, and then they'll justify it by saying, I
need a new car.
I had to get a new car. You just got an $800 car payment, a $200 a month
car note, loan, and insurance, and then the interest on that.
Exactly. And so at that point, you're now like, okay, you needed a car, but you didn't need that car.
Yeah, you didn't need.
you didn't need that car, and so that is the thing that I see a lot of times, and people don't understand the long-term significance of that decision. One of the things, when I was 11th grade, I took a chemistry class. I didn't learn anything in that chemistry class. I'm telling you, nothing in that chemistry class except one thing, and shout out to Mr. Lesota. He used to mess his fingers up with chemistry experiments all the time.
Wow.
Didn't learn anything from him except the term opportunity cost.
Okay.
Opportunity cost is an amazing concept that most people don't understand. Is that when you make one decision,
okay,
you exclude yourself from making other decisions. What I mean by that is, once you have bought that Hellcat that you mentioned, you got a $800 car note, you got a $200 insurance note. Now you have to go through the reality that you can't do other things with that $1,000. Like that $1,000 could have been used, to invest.
Yes,
that $1,000 could have been used, portion of it, to support your emergency fund. Portion of that could have been used to start building towards a 529 plan for your kids. Once you lock in for that $1,000 for the next 5 to 6 years, you no longer have the ability to do those other things.
Because now you are obligated to this
opportunity
cost.
And so most people don't factor when they make a decision, they don't understand. They don't always count the cost to what they're not going to be able to do because of that decision. And that's important. Like, once again, if you go ahead and buy a really expensive car, there's going to be some things you can't do now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be that way for at least the next 6 years. The minute you sign your name on the dotted line, you're saying, for the next 6 years,
we locked in.
I'm paying $800 every month.
Yes.
That $800 is, I can't put it nowhere else.
Because it's automatically going there.
And that is what I commonly find, is that people have obligated themselves and with debt.
That they didn't have to.
That they didn't have to, and now it prohibits them or makes it restrictive to do some of the things that they say they value most. That is what I see.
So if I come to you and I say, hey, I really need a car that's going to be reliable, would you think I should do a car note or cash car? So I can either save up, I can still drive Lip Putt Putt Patty for the next 6 to 8 months and put up $400 a month towards buying a cash car, or would you recommend me going to the car lot?
That's a great question. I think neither answer is wrong. I think if you can find a decent cash car, I've heard getting cash cars are a lot harder to find that's reliable. So that's what I've heard. I don't know that to be true. But if you can't find a cash car, then I would say yes, go to a dealership. But once again, I think you have to ask yourself the question. One of the tricks that I see at dealerships all the time is when you go in there and you start talking to them about what type of car you want, they immediately talk about payment. They'll say, well,
how much can you afford?
They'll say, okay, we could get you in this for $400. They don't talk about how many years typically, or the fact that may take it may take 8 years at a ridiculous interest rate. They're not talking about any of that. They're just trying to get you there instead of them telling you how much it's going to cost you total. How much is the interest rate with this? Because had I known, that Impala would have still been on the lot. Yes, and so that's the thing. I think we have to come in. Now let's just be honest. For people who don't have great credit, the question has to be, if I truly need this now, then you might have to take the L, right? Mm-hmm. But if you could hold off and get that credit score up a little bit, and during the sessions that we had here a couple weeks back, I kind of showed a progression. Mm-hmm. Credit score has such a huge impact in how much the total amount of interest charges you're going to have to pay on your car note. And so if you can get your credit score up even 100 points and then go get that car, you're going to pay substantially less. But if you can't do that, I totally understand. I think that the key at that point, if you have to go get a car, you have to pay a higher interest rate. You still have to be.
You don't need to go get a Scat Cat. Right. What they call Hellcats. You don't need to go get one of those.
Right. And so once again, people a lot of times they want to live before they not recognizing that they're not going to be able to live.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because you're going to be looking good, but you're not going to be feeling good.
No, because when that money come out every month, and you spoke about the class. I told you in the class, I went back when we were sitting there, I went back and pulled up because I financed a 2005 Chevy Impala LT. That's when I went to the car lot. That's not what I wanted, but that's what he put me in.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he put me in. And the interest rate, remember I told you the interest rate on that you started some mess with me. You and the Harrises started some mess in my house. So when I got home, I went to thinking how much I was paying that car note. And I was like, and I thought about when you showed us on the screen of what that investment would look like.
It's crazy, right?
It was crazy that the $700 that I paid them over 5 years, what I could have invested and made that into.
And I know that's that's the type of conversation I try to have with people. Not to beat people up, but here's the thing: because every 5 to 6, 7 years, people re-up, right? So we can't cry about spilled milk oftentimes, but we can position ourselves for better. Like a big thing I talk to people about who's already in really high interest rate car loans that's paying a significant amount of money. I was like, okay, well, let's be strategic about going forward. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and even if it's $25 a month, let's start investing in a brokerage account now so that you can use compound interest for you instead of against you. Yes. And most people are like, what? I've never heard that. And honestly speaking, before 6 years ago, I had never heard of it. But a lot of us don't understand. There's several different. So there's savings and there's investing. Saving is when you put money in a checking or a savings account. Investing is actually putting money into a some type of security, whether that be a stock or bond or a mutual fund, and you're allowing it to grow. And for a lot of us, we could be allowing our money to work for us in those vehicles instead of working against us when we make car note payments.
I hate car notes. Side note.
I do too.
I hate car notes. I hate the idea of when I was paying for my car, if something broke on it or messed up, it was still on me. So okay. So let's say I'm newly graduated from high school, headed to college, and I am a parent who has not prepared for this.
Right. What can you do, right?
What can I do? I don't have any money put up for Jeremiah to go to school, but Jeremiah wants to stay on campus because he's not going locally.
Gotcha.
What would be the first thing you would advise?
So now this is just me personally, and I don't necessarily give this advice to everybody. We have a college age kid, Jalen. Jalen is at Mississippi College, okay. And we told Jalen from the jump, hey, you need to get scholarships. We started late with his college savings fund. We started when he was 12. So we've had 6 years of growing, but guess what? We've also been paying money on the other 3 kids' college funds. We've been paying money trying to pay off student loan debt. We've been paying off houses. So the money is going a whole lot of different places. So we told him, hey, we're going to do as much as we can, but you need to try to do your best to get scholarships. And we also need to look into other avenues in terms of just how we going to move. So this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but we just told him, hey, you can go wherever you can afford, not where you want to go, because we're not taking out extra loans
to pay for it
for you to go wherever. No, you're gonna go where you could afford. So we did it like I called it the Trinity. I was like, there's gonna be 3 sources of the money. There's gonna be our money. There's gonna be your money, future Jalen, which is the student loans. And we didn't want him to take out student loans, by the way, but we knew that was gonna be a necessary evil, and it's gonna be present day Jalen. So this past summer, Jalen had to get a job. Oh. No, seriously, Jalen had to get a job. Jalen made about $6,000 in the summer. He had a great intern, and we took $4,500 of that because once again, this is your life. This is not our life. We got ours.
Mm-hmm. You need to get yours.
You need to get yours. We're gonna we're gonna do our part. And so I think what I see with a lot of parents, and here's the thing, and this is why this might sound selfish, but it's truly not. A lot of parents are putting their kids through college with their retirement money. The money they should be.
You would never recommend that.
No. And it's for a very good reason, because guess what? And once again, if you understand the time value of money, it takes some time for the interest to really start accruing and accruing. It takes a solid 25 years to really build up enough wealth to be able to retire. And if you're taking some of those 25 years to pay for your kids' college fund,
you cutting that 25 down.
You're cutting that down. You're extending how long you're going to have to retire. And guess what? Now, on the back end, you're going to be asking them to support your retirement, and they're going to be like, "Man, I'm trying to hold it down for my kids." So, to me, I think a better result is, hey, we're going to do as much as we can. You're going to have to take out some student loans. Once we have our retirement secure, we can still help you, but it's going to be a help when we can, and not
an obligation.
Not an obligation. And so a lot of parents, because what I told Jalen clearly, I was like, we are not taking out Parent Plus loans.
That was my next question.
Now, once again, that's a personal choice. I'm not saying that may work for some people, but no, we're not. Whatever we help you with, like I said, with the 529 plan, and whatever we, like this semester, we done already ran out of his 529 plan after the semester. So so the next semester we're gonna have to come out of pocket with cash, but we're not taking out any loans. So we told him we're gonna pay what we can, but the rest is gonna have to be on you. And when we can help you down the road,
with extra, you got them.
Yeah, once you get out of school and you're in your career. If once we balling out of control, hopefully, because we've allowed our retirement accounts to accumulate, we've allowed our other brokerage accounts to accumulate. We can, out of our abundance, give you money instead of
giving out of the struggle.
Yes, and so that see, one of our goals is to be able to give each one of our kids at least a $20,000 down payment on a home.
Oh, okay.
So he went to Tougaloo Early College High School, so he should only have like 2 more years of school. So he's probably going to be 22, 23 when he actually starts looking for a home.
Shout out to Jalen.
Shout out to Jalen. shout out to the program itself. Mm-hmm. But our goal is to once again be able to give him something that now we can give that, and we can step back. We're not constantly making no payments. And so that's kind of how we're doing it. I totally appreciate the fact that some parents want to do Parent Plus loans. I just say, if you're doing a Parent Plus loan, you need to ask yourself the question, am I adequately funding my own retirement? And I'll give you an example. Anytime you get on a plane, mm-hmm. And you get on your plane, if you got your kids with you, when they're explaining what to do with if you experience turbulence, or if you experience air pressure changes and the mask come down, what do they tell you to do first?
Put your mask on first.
Why?
Before you help someone else.
Why?
Because you might pass out.
Why? Right.
And if you pass out, you can't help nobody else.
Right. Same.
Makes sense.
Same is true with your kid. If you haven't secured your own financial situation, how in the world are you going to be able to contribute to theirs? You're going and putting theirs on, and if you pass out, then there's no more help for them maybe. Mm-hmm. So that's what we tell people: put your mask on first.
That makes sense. So I come to you. I'm ready to get my finances in order. The hard conversation is, a lot of people are living above their means, just to be honest. Yes. A lot of people are living above their means. How do you have that conversation and say, hey, we need to look at some?
The cool thing that I've seen is that when someone actually is willing to look at a budget sheet, they can draw them those conclusions themselves, and not me telling them. Like I've worked with quite a few couples that they'll say, okay, we know we make enough income to be putting more in retirement, but we know we have too much outflow. I was like, well, let's categorize all of the different things that you're spending your money on. And it seems like a inconsequential thing to do, but once you actually write the stuff out, I'll just be honest, what I find most outside of car note is food expenses.
Very much so.
Most people, I'm not gonna say most people, a lot of people, if you look at what they spend on groceries plus what they spend on going out to eat, when they actually look at those numbers, they like, wow, yeah, that's a lot of money. And so a lot of times, like I've met with several couples, once we actually laid out line item by line item, okay, what are we spending on gas? What are we spending on groceries? What are we spending on going out to eat? They automatically key in onto that going out to eat. We're spending way too much money here. Because
it's so convenient. And especially given, like, if you're like myself, I'm busy. I'm right. busy. But then I looked at my finances and I was like, I'm going to eat a sandwich, pack a lunch. I started looking at it from a holistic standpoint. Then you said categorize your spending. Like, some things aren't going to change. Like the amount you pay for a mortgage or rent.
That ain't going to change.
That's not going to change. So, starting from a young age, what age or what, if you were to put this into say this was a class and this was a school. At what age should we be teaching our kids about finances?
Honestly, as soon as they can understand that there is a reality of money, or that there is, hey, if I want McDonald's, or my wife takes my kids to get snow cones.
Okay.
My 6-year-old already understands that's not something that's free. So we set up a chore chart for them. And some of it is about the chores getting done, but a lot of it is about understanding that there's an exchange. Every time you spend money, there's an exchange. You need to put money. You need to be doing something to be able to earn money, and then you're spending it. And on top of that, even with our 6-year-old, we teach opportunity costs. Okay, Mariah, you want this snow cone for $5. You got $10 that your mom is saving for you. If you spend that $5 on Coney Ice or whatever it's called, you might not be able to get something else. Understanding that you lose the opportunity to buy something when you spend something. Kids, our 12-year-old, she is so cheap. I'm serious. She's like, no, I ain't spending money on that.
She's saving
because she understands like there's going to be some things that, of course, we're going to provide the food, we're going to provide the shelter, but we've given you an opportunity to make your own money, and we're going to make you make the decisions on what you buy, and you're going to have to live with the consequences
of those decisions.
Yes. I think all too often we just give, and the kids don't get an appreciation for, man, it took something
in order for me to get this. It's not readily coming back.
Yes.
That's what we need. It's not readily coming back. And the young lady who was here earlier today, Stephanie Esco, shout out to her. She said that she taught her kids that there were consequences, but with their obedience, you were supposed to do it the first time.
That's right.
Not the second, the third. She was like, I never said, and didn't I tell you? She was like, because you're going to get it right the first time. So I feel like if we teaching them that the first time around, hey, this is how money works, and then teaching them how their money can work for them.
Right.
That's the investing part.
Right. Now, my 8-year-old, he a little different. He still will sometimes spend all he got.
All of it.
All of it.
Not putting nothing up.
Man. And so we realized that, personality does matter. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a different temperament. So it might take him some time to get it, but we still let him suffer through his own consequences.
So if you gave him $10 and he goes and spend that whole 10, and you guys decide, hey, we're gonna go to the movies. Do you guys have money for the movie?
It's tight on them. Now, once again, if we've already allocated, if we're already going somewhere and doing something as a family, yeah, we'll cover.
So you buying their snacks and everything? The $50 popcorn bucket? Oh
no, they're doing that.
They get their own snacks.
Like even when we go out to eat, I pay for water. No, I'm serious. I don't pay for drinks.
I'm laughing because I don't buy drinks. Like I don't drink drinks anymore. But when I did, I didn't buy drink. Whenever I go out to eat, I always order water with lemons.
And so they're like, so I'm like, okay, you want to spend $4 on some lemonade?
They have to spend their money on that.
Yes, they have to spend their money. And I'm fine. He's the only one who spends his money. The other two, even a 6-year-old, be like, nah, I'm good.
It's always that one who want to try it and push the grain.
But once again, it's not because I'm trying to be mean.
But that's financial responsibility.
That's financial responsibility.
And then also, when they're spending your money, they don't respect your money like their money.
That's right.
And I have a 16-year-old, and when she's spending her money, she's Scrooge McDuck.
That's right.
But when she's spending my money, she must think I got bad boy. I wish I had the amount of money that my kids think I have.
Right.
Because I think in their mind, they think I move weight for El Chapo or something because I'm going to make it happen.
Right.
But I be like, spend your money. Like, we go in the store. Or prime example, we went out to eat. I always order water. I'm going to order water with lemons, bring it to the table. She gets there, they got like all these different type of drinks she can get. Oh, you can get a mocktail. You can get this, that, and the third. I said, Giselle, I'm not spending $10 on a mocktail. It's fine. It's fine. You want one, you can get it, but you're going to pay for it. Oh, no, it's fine. I don't have to have one. I don't have to have one. But if it was my money, you're going to go ball out. So we leave there, we go to the movies. You responsible for your snacks. So to prove this and test this theory, I got that little old tiny popcorn. She tried to stick her hand in there. Wow.
Nope.
Better go. Spend your money. Spend your money. Because when you thought when we were at the counter and she thought I was spending my money, the lady said, what could you get for you? A large pop. A large.
Right.
It ain't but two of us. It ain't but two of us. Don't worry about it. I was like, you buying your own snacks.
Right. And so that is truly, I think they can start as early as possible. I want all of our kids, and once again, like I said, we started 529 plans for all of them.
And for those who don't know what a 529 plan is,
they're college savings plans, and so they know that we're putting money away for each one of them. But also we're like, so Jalen, when he turned 16, in addition to his 529 plan, we started a child Roth IRA for him as well. So he has a decent amount of money in his child Roth IRA.
I never knew that you could have those I didn't know they had children on those. A
lot of people don't. The key is that you have to be able to, if the IRS can't call in, you have to be able to prove that this child actually had earned income. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that they actually have to have a regular 9 to 5. Like, let's say if you have a home-based business, and this is one of the big reasons why people are getting home-based businesses. If you have a home-based business and you say, okay, my child is responsible for doing all of my filing my paperwork.
Okay.
You could pay them a reasonable wage. Let's say that's $500 a month. Because you're saying that I'm paying them $500 a month, you can put that full $500 into a child Roth. It's just, once again, the child just has to have some earned income.
Okay.
And as long as they have earned income, they can. And so Jalen was working when we started this child Roth. He was working at a fast food place. We started putting money away for him, and so you can start as early as 5 if there's some, like a child actor or something, the child actor that's actually acting, you could be putting money in a child Roth. But
okay.
So it's just really, but if they ever come looking, they're going to be looking to say, okay, the money you put away,
how did this money get earned?
Is that reasonable for a child that age?
Okay.
So you can't say I gave my child $8,000 at 2.
You can't funnel your drug money through this.
Yeah, at 2 because he was filing paperwork. Your 2-year-old wasn't filing no paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So it just has to be reasonable. But yes, we're planning on, as soon as our 12-year-old, she wants to start babysitting.
Okay.
When she starts babysitting, we're gonna use some of that babysitting money to put money away for her.
That's the one who you said she not spending no money.
She ain't spending no money.
Oh, she gonna be good.
She gonna be good.
she's gonna be good.
Because what I can tell you is that, man, if a child starts like at 18, just putting them a minimum amount away, there's no reason why they can't be millionaires by the time they're in their early 50s. And that's just reality if you understand the time value of money.
So the first thing I remember you told us in the class was you need an emergency fund.
Yes.
$1,000. Start with $1,000.
Yes.
And your emergency fund is for just that. Emergencies only.
And that's a hard thing. And I'll be honest, for years, I didn't actually have an emergency fund myself. I just had a savings account.
And those are not the same.
They're not the same.
They are not the same.
Simply because most of the time savings accounts, you have easy access to them.
Yeah.
You use
They connected to your checking account.
You pull it down for whatever reason.
When we were discussing emergency funds, you said that an emergency, if it's really the emergency fund is put up, it should take you some steps to get to that money.
That's right.
It shouldn't be easily accessible.
Right. And here's the thing, like what I typically do with my clients is we'll start a money market account. That money market account may take you 48 hours to get to. So if they called me today, they're not going to be able to get that money until 2 days later. And so automatically that's going to make them question whether or not I really need this money. And a lot of times what people don't understand is that sometimes you need emotional, or you need barriers for yourself to get you to do the right thing. And so that's a big part of emergency fund
How bad
savings.
do I really need this?
Exactly.
So it takes me some steps to get to this money. That's going to determine whether or not I really need it.
That's right.
So what will you constitute an emergency?
Alternator. Your engine.
So buying Christmas gifts is not an emergency.
No, ma'am. I understand why it can be a hurtful thing not to have Christmas gifts, but no, something that is actually going to be a detriment to living regular life, like your car. Like your car is something's happened to your car, or something along those lines, or there's a medical emergency. Your child has broke their leg and you got to pay something out of pocket or something like that. That's a true emergency.
So my Chanel boots are not an emergency?
No, ma'am.
But they're cute. My Beyonce tickets are not an emergency?
Not if you want stability. And that
she might call me on stage.
Well, once again, and I think so many of us, we have to balance the reality of what do I care about more? Do I care about present day happiness, or do I care about stability that builds happiness long term? And I think those are the things that we have to really ask ourselves the question. To me, stability and peace is a little more important than a temporary endorphin hit.
Okay, so the first thing I need is a budget, a realistic budget.
Yes.
And per Miss Harris, TK said your budget starts the month before.
Well,
you need to look at what you spent. The analysis of what, and I look before. And see, and then I create my realistic budget. Yes. And make sure that I have on there that I'm putting away an emergency fund, not the savings. Because I asked, which do you need first, the emergency fund or the savings?
The emergency fund.
The emergency fund. So I have my budget. I'm working my budget. When am I ready to invest?
So I would say once there's at least $1,000 in an emergency fund, because it doesn't profit you to start investing, have an emergency, and having to pull that money out of your investment account. Like I tell people all the time, it actually costs money to invest, even if it's a nominal fee to invest. Every time you put money into your account, it's going to cost you sales charges to actually buy those shares. And then on top of it, when you pull it down, any of the gain you're going to get taxed on anyway. So it doesn't make sense in a short period of time to put money in just to take it back out.
Just to take it back out.
You would be much wiser to go ahead and build you up a buffer first. And then once you have that buffer, then start saving.
Then start
investing.
Start investing.
Correct.
So I got my $1,000. I've been listening to the Harrises. I got my $1,000 emergency fund, and now I'm ready to invest. But I have debt. Can I invest and have debt at the same time?
That's depending on who you talk to. Like if you listen to Dave Ramsey, he has 7 baby steps. He always advocates completely getting out of debt first. I don't necessarily say you have to completely get out of debt, but I would say if you have some significant high interest debt, that you might want to consider paying some of that down first.
And then investing.
Right. Because if you got, you got like $10,000 on a credit card that's 32% a month. I mean, interest a year. We need to get that down because that's eating up a lot of your money. And so here's the thing about investing, though. I think just like any other habit, it's good to start somewhere. I would say if you had a situation where you got a significant amount of debt and you still want to do some investing, start small. Just getting that habit of investing going, still, even though it's not gonna blow up,
you're not gonna become a millionaire off this,
but you're still going to flex that muscle. You know, you're building the investment muscle while you're still paying out that debt. So I would say you could still do both, but just I would say with the high interest debt, prioritize the high
interest debt first.
Yes,
and then we're gonna work our way down, snowball it down.
That's right. And then and once again, you can still put a little away just to build that investment muscle at the same time if you want to. There's really no wrong answer. It's just, for me, I know a lot of people emotionally, they feel good about knowing that something's building. Because case in point, technically Jalen, our son, he's taking on student loan debt, but we still have him with an investment account. It seems like, okay, well, why even have an investment account for him if he has student loan debt? Because I want him to still be able to see, hey, I have some money building up. And so that habit, hopefully, once he gets out of school, will continue, if that makes sense.
I like that. So I've got my budget. I've taken care of my high interest. Now I'm ready to invest. Do I jump out the water or do I start small? Jump out the boat.
It depends on where you are.
Let's say I have accumulated $25,000 in a savings account. I got my emergency fund up to $10,000.
Okay.
But I got $25,000 in a savings account. What would you advise me to do?
Man, that's a good question. A lot of it depends on where you are in life. If you're somebody who's already behind in the retirement savings, I am going to say we need to be maxing out that. Well, number one, we need to make sure you're getting. I know you say you got 25,000 out there, but let's say you haven't been prioritizing your 401k at your job, and your 401k is offering a company match. The first thing I'm gonna tell you, on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, however often you get paid, we need to at least be hitting a company match.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I would say that to even the person who doesn't have an emergency fund. If you already have a 401k, and you haven't been at least hitting a company match, do that first.
Okay.
Because you're walking away from free money, basically. So if they're saying they match 3%, and let's just say 3%, a pay period is $100, you need to be doing at least $100. So, and that's irregardless of, once again, if you got debt, if you don't have an emergency fund, we need to figure out how to do $100 because you're walking away from $100 every pay period, and over time, that's going. So
snowball. That means if I put 100, they'll put 100.
Yes. So that's actually number one, even before emergency fund. If you have a company
that matches,
we need to match
the match.
Get the match. and then, okay, so now fast forward. All right, you got that taken care of. After that, I typically recommend that someone looks to fully fund their Roth IRA every year. I think this year the maximum you can do is $7,500. Last year was $7,500
to put into it
a year. Correct.
Okay.
So that's $7,500 for the year. The reason why that's so powerful is because most people believe that once you take that money out, or they're expecting the tax rate is going to be higher when you get ready to retire versus lower. So a traditional IRA will let you put the money in pre-tax. That basically that means that you don't have to pay taxes on it now.
But you're gonna pay taxes on it later.
Roth, you've already paid taxes on it because it's after you've gotten your check. You're going to put money in. So you've already paid taxes on the principal. Once you hit 59 and a half or whenever you start taking it out, you're not going to pay any taxes on the principal or the interest.
As long as you wait till you 59 and a half.
Right. And actually, you can even take principal out after 5 years of investing. So bottom line, I tell people as much as they can afford, try to max that out. If you can do the 7,500, do the 7,500. If you're married and both of you guys can do the 7,500, do the 7,500.
Okay.
And I know that's aspirational for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, that is such a powerful vehicle to get tax-free money on the back end. And so that's typically what I tell people to do. So going back to your 25,000 though, so I would first tell them, all right, let's say today. So April 15th is when we have to file our taxes. So most people don't realize that if you were just starting today with that Roth IRA, you could put $7,500 for 2025. You have until April 15th of the next year to do your maximum for the previous year. So you could do $7,500 immediately for 2025, and you could do another $7,500 for the current year. So if you had 25,000 and you haven't been really engaged with your retirement, that would be the first thing I would tell you to do. Let's go ahead. Let's max out that previous year. Let's max out that current year. That's $15,000. The other 10,000, I would say, once again, if your emergency fund truly good, I'm going to say let's put that $10,000 in a brokerage account for one of your midterm goals. So, what is one of your midterm goals? You say you want to buy a house, man. Let's put that $10,000 in a brokerage account. If you're gonna buy a house in 3 or 4 years, let's go ahead and grow that money so that when you get ready to actually pay that down payment,
you got money.
You got a nice down payment.
Nice down payment amount of money.
Correct.
And then tax time is coming around. A lot of people take that money and buy another TV, furniture again, another raggedy car, when they really could invest it.
Right. And let's just be honest. A lot of times people don't think, they don't recognize that even their small beginnings over time can really blow up into something special. And so I tell people that all the time. I have a brother-in-law who started investing with me some years ago. He's since gone on to be with the Lord, but he didn't have a large income at all. And he's probably, out of all of my clients, he was probably one of my favorite because he took the little that he did have and he watched it grow. And so he would do $25 a month. And over time, he was like, he called me Ray. He's like, Ray, how much I got in my account? I was like, you got a couple $100. He's like, man, let me get $100 out of it. I want to do something with the twins. I was like, okay, let's do it. And so he called me up about 5-6 months later. He's like, Ray, what I got? I was like, you got this? He's like, yeah, man, I got that much. He was like, man, let me get $200. But man, for me it was a joy because I got to see how the power of investing, even on small amounts, could be impactful. And so that's the thing. A lot of times people think if they don't have a lot of money, they can't invest. But they can. That's an aside. But I just wanted to say, you talked about 25,000. If you got $1,000, if you got $500, it will still be worth the effort, in my opinion, to invest if you got that extra, and you know for sure that
it's not gonna hurt you.
It's not gonna hurt you, right?
That definitely gives you something to think about. So, because most people think when it gets time to invest, you got to have like a grand amount of money.
No. Now, once again, over time, see, and that's the thing about when I talked about building the muscle. Like every time he and I had the conversation about what he got in the account, after he said, "Let me get $200," he was like, "Man, increase how much I'm putting in a month. Because he
saw the money growing.
He was like, oh my God. And that's the power. That's the power. A lot of times people don't understand, man. Once you get, it's almost like crack.
Yeah.
Once you get a little taste.
Yeah, because I went to the class. So you're doing the Wealth Lab with Miranda J. I love Miranda.
Yes. Tomorrow, I will be doing the sixth part of the Wealth Lab.
And what are we discussing?
Redefining wealth and how to maintain it. And it's going to be good. I'm telling you, it's going to be good. Not because I'm presenting, but because I think the material
is something we need.
It's something we need.
It says redefining wealth
and how to maintain it.
And how to maintain it. Because you could get the money.
And you can lose the money.
And if you don't know what so one of our first podcasts, we discussed if we hit the lottery, what would be the first thing you do?
Wow, that's great.
So if you hit the lottery, what would be the first thing you would do?
Man, real talk, I'm probably going to carve out a portion of it to buy my wife a house. I know she deserves a house.
Okay.
We have a house, but she deserves a better house. So we would definitely do that, and then after that, honestly, I'm gonna invest that money.
You gonna make that money work for you?
I'm gonna make that money work for you, because even $1 million. If you think about $1 million, if you put it in an investment that's getting 10% a year, do you realize that's $100,000 is just kicking off? Just in interest. I mean, just in interest. If you putting it in a decent mutual fund that's getting in at least 10%, that's $100,000. We could live off of that.
The interest alone. Just
the interest alone. So I would be like, all right, I'm gonna continue to work. Now, if it's $1 million, that's what I'm gonna continue to work. If it's 20 million, I don't know. Because think about it, if 20 million, 10% of that is $2 million a year.
$2 million a year.
I don't need to work no more.
I don't. I'm not. I'm not domestic.
We gonna live off the $2 million. We're going to live well off the $2 million.
And you're going to be able to leave generational wealth.
Yes. So that's the thing. When I look at what some of these athletes have done with their money, I hate that a lot of them weren't educated on the front end, because a lot of them jumped out too early and started doing big things. And if they would have just waited, like, I heard, like, I can't think of his name. He's used to be a running back for Seattle. They called him Beast Mode. I can't think of his. Oh,
I know you're talking about
Marshawn Lynch. They said he saved most of his NFL. See, that type of stuff. Once again, if you're putting that into some type of an investment, a regular vanilla investment. See, I watched I think the ESPN series called Broke.
Yeah.
What most of these NFL players and NFL and NBA players do, they invest, but they invest in the wrong things. Like
chicken shack.
They invest in their boys' chicken shack, they boys' car wash, or even some business that ain't gonna probably work out. Instead of doing just some regular stuff. Some regular stuff that
don't require much.
That's going to protect your actual assets, and a lot of times what people will say is it's all about the tax implications. And I know at those higher tax rates that there are some things that you need to shield yourself from. But a lot of times, just to be honest, they don't have good financial advisors. They don't have really just solid financial advisors.
That if I hit the lottery, one of the first thing I said, I'm going to get a financial advisor who deals with this amount of money.
Yes.
And I'm not going to collect the money in my name. I'm collected in a trust.
I ain't mad at you.
Because, I don't need you to come looking for me. Because once I get that money, they be like, oh, you changed. You're damn right. My address.
Yeah.
The first thing I changed was my address and my hair color, because you won't find me.
Right.
But I definitely think that speaking money is a touchy subject, because I'm not going to lie, my parents did not teach us financial literacy.
No, and mine didn't either. And I don't even fault them. They didn't know.
They didn't know, and I don't want to repeat that cycle. So, like, even with my 16-year-old, when we're having conversations or we're talking about money, because she works now. She works at Riverside Coffee Shop. Buy some coffee. I tell her when she gets paid, I say, now you can be like your friends and jump on Shein and all that and buy up some stuff. But just know, when you get to asking for money, I'm like a shark. I got an interest rate with my loan. Mom, can I get 25? No, what did she say? Mom, can I get $20? I was like, I'm going to need 32 back.
That's right.
To 32 back. It's $12 interest, and I will break your kneecaps if I don't get my money. Like, don't.
But you're teaching some real life lessons on that.
Like, your money, it's a loan, and it's just that, and I treat it as that. My adult kids, my daughter asked me for $80. I said, I need 20% back compound interest. She said, Mom, you went to that financial work. I did. and Mr. Murray, Mr. Harris said that I could charge you compound interest. And she was like, compound? Yep, your interest going to compound. Until you pay me, it doubles.
Man, but you teaching some real life lessons. And I think that's important. For our kids to really understand, hey, either like you said, either compound interest is going to work for you,
or you're against you,
and you got a choice. And I think a lot of our kids don't understand that until they're already in debt.
And I don't want my kids, and I want them to see them financially first. I want to see them millionaires, because right now they gonna put me in a nursing home. And not even a good one. So I need them to at least have enough money to put me in a nice little she shed in the back.
Right. Well, I think I said this in during the lab or during our conversation, when we did our presentation. It doesn't take someone having a stellar career. You don't have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or even an engineer to be successful with money. But you do have to be have a measure of discipline, a willingness, and this is something I am going to talk about tomorrow. You have to be able to be willing to delay gratification and say, okay, you know what, I'm not going to get everything I want today, but at some point, I am going, because I've made some wise decisions, I'm going to be able to do more with my money. And so if we could if we could just teach our kids that, hey, you don't have to jump out and get the nicest car now. Set your foundation up first, and then go for the big things later. I know when I first started out, and I mentioned this earlier. When I first started out, when I first got my first job, I went and bought a brand new car. Didn't need a brand new car, and then immediately after that, maybe a year and a half later, I traded that new car in for another new car because I was poor and I didn't know no better. And so I made a lot of foolish choices because of ignorance. And so I think I'm definitely trying to teach my kids, hey, you ain't got to jump out there immediately and try to grab everything. Let stuff come to you.
Okay. So as we wrap up, where are you going to be tomorrow?
I am going to be at the Wealth Lab. Well, not the virtual Wealth Lab. And it's basically Succeed and Elevate is hosting, and I'm going to be teaching on or speaking on how to redefine wealth and how to maintain it.
And how do they get in contact with this phenomenal man in front of me?
They can reach out at me on my phone number 601-665-8714, or shoot me an email at marray.harris@primerica.com.
Okay, and before we end, any parting words of advice to us poor people like myself?
Once again, I think the biggest thing in terms of trying to find out before you can find out where you want to go, you got to find out where you are. And I think a lot of us need to just sit down and take an assessment of where we are financially, and then have a conversation with someone like myself that can help them help chart a good destination.
Okay. Well, this will not be the last time. Will you willing to come back?
Yes, ma'am.
This won't be the last time we come back. And when he come back, I'm going to be this. I'm going, because y'all know my mouth, and I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to be the test subject, and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do my budget. I'm going to be realistic with it, and we're going to get my emergency fund, and we're going to invest. And I'm going to see if Mr. Murray going to make me $1,000 there by the end of the year.
I love it.
Thank you for coming.